You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. Good day, sir.
Good day to you.
How's it going?
Okay.
Yeah. Now that we got all that covered.
Oh, is this where I say stuff?
Yeah, you say stuff now.
Okay, well, I am a professional. Give me just a minute here. Birthday today, Lucille Ball.
Oh, yeah. I love
That's got to be the longest running syndicated
don't
show
know.
in the world. I Love Lucy, because it still runs.
Lucy. Oh, yeah, and it's still popular.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Warhol, who invented the Campbell soup can.
I like
today.
his art.
I don't think he invented it, but he did perfect the painting of it.
Oh, John, will you quit giving me grief?
I'm sorry. I just want to make
Always
sure.
correcting me. Oh, Dan, you're wrong again.
For those people who are keeping track at home.
Well, you know who else has a birthday?
Everybody.
Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. To tell you what you want, what you really, really want. You want and a Ginger Spice, Jerry.
Okay, Ginger. Happy birthday.
Jerry now Horner, formerly Jerry Hollowell, is 48 today.
Nice.
1945, the atomic bomb is dropped on Hiroshima. Carried in by a U.S. B-29 Super Fortress bomber, the Enola Gay. That was a real attention getter.
Yeah.
It certainly was.
And it changed the tide of just about everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
1973, Stevie Wonder, involved in a car crash, ended up in a 4-day coma.
Oh, wow.
Still trying to figure out how he got a license. 1991, Tim Berners-Lee. Thanks for humoring me, Heidi. 1991, Tim Berners-Lee releases files describing his idea for the World Wide Web. WWW then debuts as a publicly available service on the internet.
Nice.
What year?
1991.
Okay.
Huh.
Interesting.
That is interesting.
Very interesting.
I wonder, this is the first actually I've ever come across this, and I wonder how Tim ended up like financially and everything else, what that actually
You
meant.
would
as
think
far as,
it would have been amazing
who
for
knows?
him, but whether or not he had,
I mean, there's been a lot of people over the years that have come up with something, and
Yep.
they literally
get nothing for it.
nothing from it because of whatever. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think I'll dig a little deeper just for my own own knowledge here. So there you go. Now I know now, you know now, we all know, and we can just forge right ahead.
And we will. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Peck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Well, rootin', tootin', highfalutin', I'm Ranger Dan. I was feeling a little feisty this morning.
I guess so.
I feel feisty. Looking good over there, Will. Hey, Heidi.
Ranger Dan.
You know, I can tell you're awfully busy, but I'm hoping you can add me to your to-do list. This stuff never gets old. You know, since the release of my now best-selling comedy album, Ranger Dan Quacks You Up,
That's right.
I've been getting a lot of requests because the fact of the matter is when you order Ranger Dan Quacks You Up, recorded live at a 2 for Tuesday at Cheetah's peanut butter and off-sale liquor insisted in South Dakota sometime back in January. It does take 37 to 53 weeks for delivery. The folks are clamoring for a few more samples from that soon-to-be award-winning, soon-to-be collectors live comedy album, the comedic stylings of yours truly. So, a couple more tastes from that. Now, keep in mind, it is a Ranger-based because pretty much every little piece of humor in it is critter-based.
Right,
Nice.
okay.
Because the fact of the matter is, when critters ain't trying to maim or kill you, they can be darn funny.
Okay.
For instance, where do mice park their boats?
Where?
At the Hickory Dickory Dock. Get it? Because the mouse ran up the... Yeah, that's a
I
classic.
get it. Yeah.
Hey, what happened after 500 hares got loose on Minnesota Avenue?
What happened?
Police had to comb the area. Whoa! Ranger Dan backs the blue.
That's awesome.
And I love this one. Not safe for work. What noise do porcupines make when they make love?
What noise?
Ouch! 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 Oh, hey! Careful! There, lover boy! Oh!
Jeez.
Oh, Ranger Dan, he's cracked a rib there. 20 years today, Ranger Dan quacks you up just $29.95, and again, 37 to 53 weeks for delivery. Go to the Ranger Dan website and click on the chuckling duck icon. Well, that's all the time we have today, little Radio Rangers. I hope you're sure to laugh with me. I know. Need a towel?
Did you wet yourself, Ranger Dan?
No, not. That's a little embarrassing. This is Ranger Dan out. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time right now for water cooler talk with Mr. Dan Farris.
Okay, here we go. And John, you and I discussed this a little while back.
I thought we'd never talk about it on the air, though.
Fair. Well, I'm going to talk about it because it's a big thing, and apparently a lot of people are talking about it without actually being able to substantiate it for sure.
What's that?
Okay, I know what we're talking
Dateline Sioux Falls from my friend, and he actually is a friend of Don Jorgensen over at Kello TV, filed this story. Amazon apparently is coming to South Dakota.
Oh, yeah,
Not
we did
just
talk about this.
South Dakota, they're just going to be this way of Sioux Falls. Kelloland's been tracking the story now. At this time, city leaders aren't really tipping their hand.
Yeah.
Developers, mayor, whatever, are just kind of going, mum's kind of the word. But Don and the crew over at Kello did uncover actually the blueprints, the plans for this, and we're looking at 2 million square feet.
Holy
Four
cow.
stories. That's almost as big as like Hobby Lobby,
Yeah, it's bigger.
Almost.
which is at Lake Lorraine. Not really a lake.
Yeah, it's way,
Almost
way, way
as
bigger.
big.
See, I'm looking at a photo of the plans here, and it's holy cow, holy cats. Now, the thing is, this is going to be in the Foundation Park, that relatively new industrial development, which is just northwest of Sioux Falls. But yeah, massive building. But again, the powers that be here
Haven't said for
Well, I'm sure they've probably signed some sort of documentation, which is why they're not talking.
Could be, but yeah, it's going to be what's it known, a distribution center, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you call
Amazon Fulfillment Center, I believe is what they call it.
It's sad, and it should be online, completed. In fact, it looks like it's slated to bust the doors open September of next year.
Okay.
So,
Well, it takes a while to build a building. 2
I'm
million
sure
square feet.
that big, absolutely,
yeah,
and then
they'll probably
stock it,
need
and
running water, and
Yeah,
you would
well,
think they might.
they need a roof and all that fancy stuff.
maybe even
My
electricity.
Amazon orders should come quicker.
As a sideline
They
to
will,
that,
yeah.
because something of this scale, I mean, there's a lot of ancillary things that happen again, you've got to staff the place. I mean,
Yeah,
which is going to be
which is awesome.
pretty crazy. Because normally, and I realize with, what do they call it, the COVID, the Chinese virus, people out of work and the unemployment rate did go up. But still, in this neck of the woods, Sioux Falls especially, we normally run an unemployment rate of about 3%, which is nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
So again, staffing something
But
like that.
here's what I
crazy.
predict. Because of the stance that our governor had taken on COVID-19 and the closures, because of some of the things that happened in our neighboring state of Minnesota, we've already seen some people migrating this direction. And I have a feeling that if there are a bunch of jobs to fill, we're going to see even more people say, you know what, let's go there. Greener pastures is what this will be.
Well, and you also
we'll see a big growth spurt here.
At what's lying out there, I mean, you've got Hartford, and you've got Humboldt, and you've got Crooks, and you have all these other small towns that would be great,
You don't have to live in a big city to work here.
Yeah, nice option.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That's
and
wonderful.
this could get a little dicey, and from what I understand, and again, I have absolutely nothing to substantiate any of this with, and it may be completely made up, but there are already plans to replace the T. Denny Sanford statues with Jeff Bezos statues.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my.
I didn't know that.
And apparently we're going to be changing the city's name, Sioux Falls, to Amazon Falls. So,
Goodness.
there you go. Going to need a whole new logo.
Well, we just got the new logo.
It's going to be nuts. That's huge.
That is a
That
big
is
deal.
pretty
It's
cool.
a very big deal.
There you go. And that's what I know.
News so
isn't a
fresh,
lot.
he made some of it up. Thanks for listening
I
to
made a lot of that up.
Some of it was based on some sort of fact. No, we do appreciate you listening right here to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Thank you so much for listening to Sunny 93.3. Got a guest joining us right now. We have DanAhlers joining us. Dan, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you guys this morning?
Fantastic. Now, I wanted to chat with you a little bit here. You are running for U.S. Senate right now in South Dakota. How long have you been involved in politics in South Dakota?
Well, I spent 6 years in the state legislature, both in the House and the Senate.
Is this the first time you've run for statewide office like this?
Yes, and I picked the right year, apparently. It's like nothing I've ever done before. Certainly, I'm a door knocker and a handshaker and somebody that likes to get out and meet people. So I was excited about that opportunity in a statewide campaign, and now we're living in a COVID world, and things are a little different.
Yeah, I did. How different is it when you're running for office in this environment? That's got to be a little different.
Yeah, I think the most difficult thing for me is, like you said, I like to get out and meet people. I want to listen and hear what's important to them. And when you are limited in that capacity, it certainly makes a challenge to reach people and then give them the opportunity to meet you, too.
When it comes to politics and you look at social media, nowadays it seems like everybody is on social media and you can click a button and talk to anybody anywhere. Does that make your job as a politician running for office, does that make it easier or does that make it more difficult?
Well, I think, there are a lot more tools out there. Because there are so many different tools, whether it's social media, radio, TV, newspaper, I think in some ways it's a bigger challenge because it's pockets of people here, pockets of people there. On social media, you're trying to reach more people, but it can be difficult sometimes, getting the message to new people. I mean, you can grow your social media, you can get to certain levels, but continuing to reach beyond that core group of people that are following you can sometimes be a challenge.
And that's kind of like, the door knocking. It's like going door to door, but instead of, being out there, you can sit behind a computer and do it all from one place. So I wondered if that would make things easier or if it actually makes it more difficult.
Well, I think you lose the connection, that personal connection, that ability for people to see and meet you and for you to see and meet them. That is what you don't get with social media. It's kind of like ordering something online versus being able to talk to a person in a store. It's convenient but you don't necessarily have that connection that you would normally get. As a small business owner, one of the reasons that I felt that my business was successful and we were around for 20 years was because of the interaction with the customer. When the customer came into my store, they knew they could ask me a question, they could get my advice, and there's a buy-in there that you don't get with the less personal approach of social media.
And let's talk a little bit about your background. You had mentioned small business owner, and let's talk about where you are located and what you've done in the past here.
Well, I live in Del Rapids. I've been here most of my life. Short stint West River for about 10 years, Rapid City in Gillette, Wyoming. Moved back in high school to help take care of my grandparents, to school at Augustana, and after I finished there, I started my first business in Del Rapids, which was Video Plus. It was a video store. I owned 3 of those. Bought a couple commercial buildings years later down on our historic Main Street in Del Rapids and renovated those and started a coffee shop. Yeah, I just love small towns. I love small business. I love being part of the community. I think that that's kind of what got me going into politics. You serve on some different boards. I've been the president of the Del Rapids Chamber of Commerce and the Community Fund, involved in a variety of other boards. And if you really enjoy public service, that next step is local government. So I spent 6 years in the state legislature serving on the Appropriations Committee and retirements laws, getting to do a lot of interesting things. I was appointed by the Governor Dugard to his mental health task force, and I got to represent the state of South Dakota at the Western Interstate Commission for Higher Education. So some really great opportunities. You really get to learn a lot about your state, about the people in it, and now running for U.S. Senate, I'm hoping to take that to the next level.
If folks would like to find out more about DanAhlers, where do they find you online, sir?
Well, I have a website, DanAhlers.com. I have a Facebook page, DanAhlers for U.S. Senate, and I'm also on Twitter. So.
And again, DanAhlers, AHLERS.
That's correct.
Dan, thank you again, sir.
Thank you.
Our guest today has been Dan Ahlers, and he is running for U.S. Senate. Again, more information about him at DanAhlers.com. Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at MarketBeatMinute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at MarketBeatMinute.com. That's MarketBeatMinute.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. It's time right now for a thing we like to call Entertainment News of the Day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Fabulous! Yeah. Sometimes it boggles the mind and sometimes it doesn't. I don't give a lot of thought to it, but I ran across a quick story about the upcoming, the Emmy Awards?
Yeah.
Which television, those started out years and years ago, and it was pretty simple. You had your favorite sitcom, you had your favorite drama, and you had, 3 or 4 or 5 television networks.
Yeah.
Well, now with everything out there with Netflix, Amazon, just all this content and all these shows was kind of weird. I looked at just kind of a quick recap of nominations. For instance, Netflix has 160 Emmy nominations.
That's crazy.
What they run. Amazon had 80. I didn't see a single television network.
Oh, wow.
ABC, NBC, none of that stuff. And this may be why, because I came across this story. Trying to generate new stuff has got to be difficult when you have all these outlets for it anymore.
Yeah.
You know what's in the works?
What?
On network television? A reboot of Who's the Boss?
Oh, wow.
Are you kidding?
Nope. Variety has confirmed that a sequel series to the classic sitcom is in the works at Sony Pictures Television with original stars Tony Danza, who I like, and Alyssa Milano, who is questionable. The new show will take place 30 years after the event of the original series.
Do you think she's now the boss?
Be centered. No, there's still father and daughter because that's how it started out, but here's apparently a little twist on it. Going to take place in current time, so about 30 years after the events of the original series, be centered around former Major League Baseball player and retired housekeeper Tony Maselli, that's Tony Danza, and his relationship with his daughter Samantha Milano, who is now a single mother, of course she is, and living in the house where the original series was set.
Of course, because that makes total sense.
Now, the other two key players from the original cast members, Judith Light and Danny Pintaro, not currently involved with the series, but could become involved if the creators can figure out
how to make it make sense.
Slick way to bring their characters into the
write
show.
them in.
So, yeah, I didn't know we were wanting.
I'm not wanting a reboot of Who's the Boss. I didn't really like it when it was on before.
I saw a meme on the internet that's where you see most memes on the internet that I thought was a really good idea. They said if we can have Fuller House, why can't we have... Oh, that's
true. They did. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they said, why can't we have Married with Grandchildren? And they had like a current day photo of all the people from Married with Children. They said, why couldn't we have Married with Grandchildren? I'm like, that's actually a smart idea.
Now, that is a show I would watch, Married with Grandchildren. I would watch that.
Even if they just did a special.
I would love to see Al Bundy as a grandpa. I think that would be absolutely hilarious.
I think it'd be really fun. And Bud, because those characters, I think it would be, you'd have so much to work with the characters.
I would watch that way before I'd watch this Who's the Boss thing.
Yeah. Interesting stuff.
No, the original ran for, on ABC for 8 seasons.
Holy cow.
5 Golden Globe Awards.
The Boss was on 8 seasons?
I don't remember that at
all.
it
was pretty popular.
But I really didn't watch it
I must
much,
have missed 7.5 of those seasons. I don't remember seeing most of them.
Me too.
These days, I'm just a Hallmark boy.
I watched a program that has Tony Danza in it. It was him and the singer, Josh Groban, which I didn't know the singer Josh Groban was an actor, but they're on a TV program where they're both, it's like a father and son, and he was a disgraced, he had gone to jail as a dirty cop, and then his son is actually a cop as well. And then when he gets out, he's trying to prove that he's innocent or whatever. It was actually pretty good. It was like a 1-season series, so...
No one's ever heard of it or seen it, John, but thanks for that.
That's why I've seen it.
Was that on Netflix?
I'm sure it was. It was somewhere. Well, Dan, thanks for coming in, man.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Thursday, August 6th, 2020. The market melt-up continued on Wednesday despite a much weaker than expected unemployment figure from ADP. According to the nation's largest employment services firm, the number of new jobs created in July was only 175,000. That's about a tenth of what the market was expecting, and may confirm its worst fears. The economic downturn is accelerating. Despite the news, the S&P 500 moved to set a new post-correction high. The tech-heavy NASDAQ, the current market leader, set another new all-time high and looks like it will keep moving higher. What investors need to remember is the ADP and NFP may track in tandem over time, but they are by no means correlated on a month-to-month basis. Regardless of what the NFP report tells us on Friday, the ISM manufacturing and services data point to a continued and expecting rebound within the U.S. economy. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.